The Two Oceans Marathon makes a welcome return to Cape Town in a first for the event. The half marathon and the ultra marathon have been split over 2 days. So yesterday we had the half marathon, which was a Zimbabwean double. Of course, the race was won by a Zimbabwean man, the men's race rather, won by a Zimbabwean man, as was the women's race. Incredible times that those two amazing athletes put into that. Today, the main focus becomes the ultra marathon. And of course, we are joined now from the mother city by Justin Ford. Of course, he's not doing any kind of running. But then we have eNCA's very own ultra marathon star, Thulasizwe Simelane. I think it was Gareth Edwards earlier this week where he said when he's not doing high profile court cases in Pietermaritzburg, he's on the road in Cape Town running and making myself and Justin look bad. Good morning to both of you, gentlemen. Thulas, I want to start with you because, you know, you're obviously quite busy at the moment, a little preoccupied, unlike the two of us, Justin and I. How has the race been so far?
Hey, Morena, the race is beautiful, I must tell you. This is the first major race, really, since road running had to take a pause, along with all other activities due to COVID-19. So we're slowly easing back into things. And for me, this is the first major race that I've done in a while. In fact, the first ultra, other than the practice runs that we do on the weekends. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day in Cape Town. Not knowing Cape Town that well, I don't know exactly where we are. I believe it's called Lakeside. So we're going around the mountain, and the mountain is just coming into view. So if I can just try and turn my camera around so you can see for yourself the mountain coming into view this morning. And as I say, it is a really stunning day. So we just, the main thing is right now, we're trying to take it easy, all of us. I'm running here with Abel from, of course, Run Zone, the best running team. Abel is here with me. Abel, how are you?
Hey guys, hey, how are you?
All right. How are you finding the race?
Oh, it's still okay at the moment.
Yeah. Your first one?
My first one.
Yeah.
After COVID, yeah. My longest one also, 56.
Yeah.
I normally do 42, so yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Wonderful.
Thanks for being
Let me see if I can catch this lady. Hi, how are you? Morning. How are you finding the race?
Oh, loving it. So
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful day.
Yeah. Are you going for any target?
Oh, a good finish and a
A
smile.
good finish. Good finish and a smile.
at the end.
Good finish and a smile is really what many of us are going for, Morena. This is my first Two Oceans. It's the one race that had eluded me until today. Let's see how well I do. Also, my intention is just to finish with a smile.
Thulasizwe, you've ran the comrades before, so I'm pretty sure we all know how well you're going to do. I mean, 56 should be nothing to you when you've done 90 kilometers. Justin, it's not too late for you to get out of your jeans and get on that road and start running instead of holding a microphone and telling us about, you know, the beauty of the event and how 11,000 people have been taking part. But before you do get out of your jeans, do tell us about just how things have gone throughout the morning, how it started. And I mean, obviously, we're expecting, you know, people to start coming in not too long from now. I mean, just how has it been looking with all 11,000 of those people, including our very own Thulasizwe?
Good morning, Morena, and a very good morning, Thulas. Welcome to Cape Town, and I'm surely hoping that you are enjoying the Two Oceans Marathon thus far. A frosty morning start for the runners this morning. Officially, it was supposed to start at 5:20, but that was changed at the last minute to 5:10, so the elite runners went off at 5:10. Roughly just before we crossed, we saw Anele Dlamini. He's running at some serious pace, 7 minutes ahead of the chasing group of roughly close on 50 runners following that group. But I think an exciting day for these guys to really just get back to running, as Thulas mentioned. This race last seen in 2019, obviously having been cancelled as a result of the pandemic in 2020 and 2021. Lead up to the race, a bit of issues with regards to permissions based on religious sort of groups, you know, just questioning, it is a Holy Sunday, it's Easter Sunday today, and how can people get to church? You know, we understand as well at the same time that they have been starved of going to church based on the pandemic as well, but that's all been sorted out. So the roads have been full. You know, these guys really looking forward to completing an ultra marathon for a change as well. And I think that's mostly what's exciting. And to hear Thulas on the road as well, looking forward to seeing him coming in. But as you say, these guys, you know, they are an hour and 27 minutes into their race already. And the winning time in 2019 was 3 hours 8 minutes. So you know, we expect these guys to come in just after 8 o'clock and see how they've gone. But furious pace, but the mass participation is the big thing as well, I think, whereby these guys are really excited to be able to be on the roads of Cape Town again. Morena?
There's some expectations, at least for where the elite runners are concerned, Justin. Of course, there's been a build-up specifically with focus on Gerda Steyn, who is looking for her hat-trick in the Two Oceans Marathon. She hasn't been doing this for 2 years, so I would imagine she's not really probably sure where she is in terms of the Two Oceans. But last year, she did compete at the Tokyo Olympics, so she's not somebody who's been out of the game for a while. Just talk to us about the expectations from the elite runners.
Absolutely, and I think when it comes to Gerda Steyn, you know, she without a doubt is the golden child of women's marathon running at the moment in the country. As you mentioned, looking for a third Two Oceans Marathon, a hat-trick of that. Questions have been asked, is she chasing the actual record of the race as well? And for her, it's to be able to finish the race, finish it well. That is the main focus. Wet van Sail, who broke the 50-kilometer world record at an event, Breaking Barriers event in Gqeberha, is close on her heels, and I think that's going to be an exciting battle. You mentioned in your introduction that the Zimbabweans had taken the win on both the male and female front yesterday, and I think the hope is that the South Africans will come out on top today. On the men's side, Bongamusa Mkhize, I mean, fantastic run as well. Also the defending champion from 2019. So he hopefully is in that chasing group. You know, the likes of Anele Dlamini, as I mentioned. So the South African contingent running strong, and here's to hoping that just after 8 o'clock, before 9 o'clock this morning, that, you know, we have a South African male and female winner.
The eNCA contingent is running strong as well. Thulasizwe, before we let you go, just talk to us very briefly about what it has taken for you to prepare for this particular race. This is 56 kilometers where you're just running. You're not even at some point, I would think, walking part of it. You are just purely running for 56 kilometers straight.
That would be great if I didn't have to walk, Morena, because as I've heard some guys saying, walking in running shoes is painful. No walking in running shoes. But I must tell you, it does happen from time to time. Right now we're passing Musenberg and we're taking it nice and easy. The pace being at about 5:45. So 5 minutes and 45 seconds per kilometer is what we're going for. If we can maintain that throughout, and that's ideal, that's probably not going to be the reality, but it would be a great race for us all. In terms of preparation, lockdown really cost me personally quite a lot, because I was at my fittest beginning of 2020, achieving my personal best and etc. etc. But that's water under the bridge. Everyone here has a similar story. People here running for various motivations, overcoming personal struggles, and basically just dealing with their own situations and taking it out on the road. That's what it's really about. It's great to be back outside.
It certainly is. Makucho, we're going to let you go. We definitely are going to touch base with you in the next hour. By then, we would be hoping that you would have finished. We're not putting any pressure on you. We're not saying you must win the race, but hey, we will see you on the other side. And look, congratulations for even just making it down to the mother city for the 2022 Two Oceans Marathon. That is eNCA's very own anchor, Thulasizwe Simelane, who is down in the mother city, of course, as you can see him there running. And he made an important point to say that people are running, you know, for their different reasons. They are going into this race, you know, to deal with different kinds of things that have come off this pandemic. 2 years without this race, and, you know, people decided, you know what, 11,000 of them, mind you, decided, let's just go out there and, you know, enjoy this race once again. And it looks like it's been a really good one. The weather is playing its part as well, even though Justin did mention that little frosty start to it at 5:10. So that's when the race did start, the Two Oceans, at 5:10, and we're expecting runners to be coming in about an hour and a half's time. So we'll definitely be going back down to the mother city to speak to both Thulas and Justin Ford.